on our way to the International Book Fair in Kuwait, the year 2022. It usually happens around the end of November, even though I don't like using that Gregorian calendar, but that's when it happens, the middle to the end of November every year. However, we haven't had the fair for 3 years now due to COVID, so this is the first year. This is a big fair. It usually takes up about three big halls in the convention center. It's in Mishraf in the fairgrounds, usually in hall 5, 6, 7, sometimes including 8. Um, expect this year to be pretty big since it hasn't been here in a few years. There's also a smaller book fair run by a smaller organization here in Kuwait that takes place in April. It's in a small hall, even like maybe a half a hall, but it's nice. You get some international bookstores. Like it. Anyway, driving. For those who want to know where it's at, then I am on Ibrahim Al Muzayyin Street, coming from Khaitan area. If you get off of 40, it's exit 206. I'm headed towards the Mishraf Book Fair grounds. On my left is Bayan. On my right is Mishraf. That sign is blurry on the right that we just passed up. Actually says Fairgrounds. You could follow it directly to it, but I'm going to try to come from a more from a direction that is more universal, I guess. And the fact that if I come to this light here, which is turning onto Street 302, going towards Mishraf and going towards the Australian Kuwait University. So this is what we have. Uh, there's another way, inshallah ta'ala, you can get there from the 6th ring, which one day, inshallah, during the daytime, I'll show that way. If you just Google Mishraf Fairgrounds or Ma'arid al Kuwait, Meme, Ain, Aleph, Ra, Dad al Kuwait, Ma'arid al Kuwait, then Google Maps will give it to you, or you could type in Mishraf Kuwait Fairgrounds and the Google Maps will give it to you. Inshallah, I wanted to do the video of how to get there. It's a little blurry, but what we're going to do today, inshallah, is just walk around. Walk around. This is the first day of the fair. It opened up a few hours ago, but usually it's not open to the public right away for the first hour or so, since they have the news there. Sometimes the prince, the emir of Kuwait, or one of his deputies goes there and they kind of open it. It's a big deal. And so they have some interviews and stuff like this. And so we waited till after Isha, even though there's a musalla there for men and women. There are some nearby restaurants. And for the brothers, inshallah, who their wives might not be interested in books, uh, there's a hall, usually 4A and B, which has dresses and spices and stuff that the women might enjoy. They could drop their wives off. It's just right across the street, and then the brothers could go in and enjoy the books if that's what they like. Um, as today, we're just going to walk through it quickly, and um, we're not really going to stop except maybe give salams to people here and there. And um, then in the next few days, we'll visit it a few more times and visit maybe, for instance, if it's in Hall 5, 6, 7, and 8, then maybe one day I'll visit Hall 5 and stop at the different bookstores inside 5 and stop another day inside 6, stop another day inside 7, maybe 7 and 8 at one time since they're smaller. Anyway, this is the entrance into the book fair or into the fairgrounds. They have different types of fairs throughout the year. Sometimes they have auteur fairs, um, perfumes and bkhor and stuff like this, just different things. Over here on the left, you can see 4A and B, or you see 4B right there. If you can see it, that building on the left, that's usually where the women's clothes are. Up ahead is 5, 6, 7, 8, and maybe 9. And you can see that the parking lot is packed. So we're going to have to try to find a place up on the curb maybe and walk to it. Many of the places might not even be open. Many of the bookstores might not even be open yet. Sometimes certain ones that come from outside of Kuwait don't arrive until Friday night or Thursday, since that's the weekend. Friday and Saturday, they arrive on Thursday. They send their books ahead. So you might find some stalls empty, but inshallah ta'ala, over the next few days, they'll fill up. The prices are generally the same as the bookstores throughout the year. They don't really have sales. However, at the end, a lot of times you can find a sale because they packed up all the books and they don't want to take them back. So uh, that's the case. I'm gonna park up on the curb here and we'll just walk. Bismillah. You gotta have an SUV in Kuwait. So alhamdulillah, we arrived. There is a masjid or two on the fairgrounds. I'm trying to. Anyway, there are a masjid or two, but there's a musalla inside. Inshallah, we'll walk here. If you arrive early enough on the first day, a lot of times they give out a little cart, like a little shopping buggy. They give it away for free. It's really a piece of junk. It's not going to last you. You can't really fill it up with a lot of books. However, it helps to lighten your load. There are people who work here who, if you've been to the Middle East before, there's a lot of khidmah, a lot of service here. Most people, for example, don't carry their own groceries to the car. They're always the bagger. When I was young in America, we had baggers, and they would go out with your cart, or you would go out and then they would pick them up. And then baggers kind of went away to self-service, or the cashier bags it. But here in the Middle East, rarely do you bag your groceries, and rarely do you carry them. And so they have people here who have wheelbarrows or dollies. I actually bought my own dolly for when I come to buy. I don't really plan on buying anything today. Just doing a walkthrough. And you give them, $5-10, and they'll carry your books to the car for you. You can see here, as we approach the building, that there are plenty of little food stops, coffee, stuff for kids. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Somebody said assalamu alaikum earlier. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. From time to time, I'm sure I'll look down at my phone and be able to try to answer any questions. Like I said, today I'm just going to try to walk through all the halls and see what's available, show you guys what the fair looks like and what's available. And then in future days, we'll stop and look at prices, see what's new, what you can't miss, inshallah, so on and so forth. When you come into the halls, there is a map. It will tell you what stores are in what hall and what's the number of the booth. It's even to the point where they have a website if you're looking for a certain book that they'll tell you who might carry it and what store they're in, maybe even how much it is, and you can go get it. There are people as well that will get the books for you and bring them to you for a fee. So this is 5, the map for Hall 5. That's the map for Hall 5. But here, inshallah, you'll see a map of everything on our left. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. كيف حالك أخي؟
طيب يا هلا.
هذا 5 فقط أو 7؟
وهذا 6.
هذا 6. 5 6 والسابع
حق الأطفال اللوب.
الله يبارك فيك. شكرا جزيلا. So here we have the different maps with the different bookstores. MashaAllah. Just walking through. Some of the places have a mixture of books, religious as well as non-religious, novels and translated books from English. Some of them just have religious books. Some of them have just non-religious books. Some of them have law books. Universities show up. Here has a lot of law books for maybe different countries. There are some places that you can talk to and they'll give you free books. MashaAllah, they give you free books. Not many, not much, but there are some, especially Saudis, Awqaf and stuff like this. The one main issue that we've had with this book fair previously is that the religious books in English are pretty rare. Here's a Aruqa Lidirasat wa Nashr. We find some. The brother says he'd like to come to the book fair. Come anytime, inshallah ta'ala. It's the same time every year. It's announced. One question: what book of fiqh is best for a layperson? Are you talking about in English or in Arabic? Are you talking about in English or in Arabic? Anyway, as I was saying, the one thing that we've had a complaint about in the past is the English books. English religious books are really scarce. The last book fair they had IIPH for the first time I've seen them here, which was a blessing for those who wanted English books. As we see on the side here, we got lots of kids' books. Oh, I'm English. You want a book in English? Wallahi, there are so many. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. One of the books I would probably recommend would be Manhaj al-Salikin by Sheikh al-Sa'di. It's called The Path of the Wayfarer. The Path of the Wayfarer. I would probably recommend that, as it is a fiqh book. And Sheikh Abdurrahman al-Sa'di rahimahullah was Hanbali. However, he wasn't restricted to the Hanbali madhab, and he based his book on hadith. So he always brings an evidence, and he doesn't just say what the madhab says, he brings an evidence for what he says. So that would probably be my recommendation, and it's been serviced. There is a brother named Abdurrahman in Minnesota who graduated from Muhammad ibn Saud University. He's actually writing his own explanation of it in English. And so if you can master it in English and then study it in Arabic, then it'll be very beneficial for you. Most of these books that we're seeing here around us, float around them, are secular books. Nothing just draw my attention. Like I said, my point is not necessarily to stop, although we might stop through a little bit just to see some of them, especially when we see local bookstores that we know the brothers. But the more detailed will be, inshallah, the future. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Show the tables or something. Inshallah, this little cart I'm talking about, they give you on the cart, Mo. The little cart. That they will give you. That's the cart that they will give you, inshallah. It's probably outside. You could get one if you wanted one. Do a little more. See, this store is not here yet. This store is not even here yet. But inshallah, tomorrow or the next day, they'll be here. Sometimes the store doesn't show up. We have people from Egypt, from Iraq. Show this table here with like children's books here. You know. Assalamu alaikum. السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيف حالك شيخنا؟
كيف
الله يبارك
الحال؟
فيك. نحمد الله
طيب
إليك بخير والحمد لله.
ما
كيف
شاء
حالكم؟
الله.
الله يبارك فيكم.
كيف حالك؟
أحمد الله إليكم. جزاك الله خير. طيب جزاك الله خير.
كيف الحال؟
الله يبارك فيك. كيف حالكم؟
كيف حالكم إن شاء الله؟
الحمد لله جزاك الله خير. الله يبارك فيك. الحمد لله. الحمد لله. السلام. السلام. الله يبارك فيك. جزاك الله خير. أيها الحمد لله نحمد الله.
هكذا مختصر البداية والنهاية ابن كثير اختصرناه مجلدين.
مختصر ها؟
نعم.
إن شاء الله.
مثل الإسلامي الدكتور الزحيلي.
نعم. إن شاء الله. الآن نمشي ونمر ونراه ثم نشتري إن شاء الله. الله يبارك فيك. Here's a place you can see a lot of good dictionaries up there on the side. Person could get. Here you can see they have some of the latest books. Inshallah, we're going to do our best to not record any women, as we don't want to see them and they don't want to be seen. This is in between us on the right here is a hallway leading to another hall. We'll get there inshallah ta'ala, but there's just bookstores everywhere. Maybe show the tops too if you can a little bit. In Lebanon.
بيخلونا على اسلوب حوار. ايه باقي خاص تمس عرفت؟
Um, lots of things for children. Every bookstore is not unique to the next. Many of them carry what others carry. Some of them may have something specific to them. You can only get it with them. But many of them, they overlap in what they have. Prices are usually pretty close due to, like here's Dar ibn Kathir, and here's a lot of books regarding the Quran that have just been printed. Inshallah, we'll come here and do a video specifically here, bi'idhnillah. So, uh, the thing is, you can haggle with them, even though their prices are kind of set. Today's the first day. I doubt you could haggle. But, for instance, one book of tafsir, sometimes it's 120 KD. But on the last day, they'll sell it for 100 or 90 if they still have copies left. 120 KD is like $400, and they'll reduce it by 70 up to $100 if it's the last day. They don't want to carry that big 40 volume, 60, 70 pound box back. They paid for it to be shipped. They don't want to pay again. Salam, كيف حالك؟ الله يبارك فيك بخير الله يرحمك. So, out here on our left, when you see an entrance coming up, is another hallway reaching all the halls, and there are more stores out there. Some stuff related to newspapers. Some stuff, since we're in Kuwait, will be Kuwaiti history and so on. Abdul King says, Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Abdul Rahim Al-Waylzi Abu Yusuf, he wants me to talk about Mosul the Tafsir. This has just been republished. It was 24 volumes, I believe. Now it's 25. There's a 25th volume with the Istidrakat, the corrections, and not necessarily corrections, but things which might have been missed in the previous set. And it's now sold. The problem is it used to be 74 KD, and now it's 120. Now it's 120. So it went from, say, $250 to $400. Took a big jump unnecessarily. Okay, so that's what's in Hall 5. Now we'll walk through this corridor to see more stores. Sometimes you find toys, as you'll see in the children's section, and sometimes you find science projects, things that kids may be interested in, like Connect Lego type of stuff, which has a educational element to it. There are some CDs and DVDs, maybe not CDs so much anymore, but DVDs. Let's go straight ahead and look. Now the Dar al-Bashair, they're from Lebanon, but they have a store here in Kuwait. Huh. You just back? Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. Salam. Wow, yeah. If you see here, a lot of times they'll put new print or a new publication, so you can easily spot what's new. Inshallah ta'ala. Hopefully this store here will stop back by and do a more detailed view. A lot of times they'll put their newer books up front as well, so you can see them here. Something we'll definitely come and spend some time with. inshallah ta'ala. Inshallah ta'ala. الرسالة لابن أبي زيد بكم؟ Here's a book I've been trying to get for such a long time. I want to see. It just came out. I say such a long time, but it just came out. 10 volumes. It's a Salafi explanation of Al-Risala by Ibn Abi Zayd al-Qayrawani, written by a Maliki. 50 جزاك الله خير. أرجو بها إن شاء الله. الله يبارك فيك. That's 10 KD cheaper than what it is in the bookstores here. 10 KD cheaper. 10 KD cheaper. Subhanallah. So I gotta get that. That's saving $33. You know, who's gonna pass up saving $33? Inshallah. Muawiyah's with us, looking around, but she got stopped, so we'll slow down a little bit at one of these stores here. On Muawiyah, where he's at, I would probably just skip this store. When I see all these paperbacks with lots of colors, I realize that they're all translations or novels and stuff like this, which doesn't interest me. Same thing like this Markaz al-Turus, this Turus Center. They might have something, but I'm not going to spend all day. Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh. كيف حالك شيخنا؟ الحمد لله عليكم. كيف حالك
ماذا
شيخنا؟
رأيناكم في المجالس؟
والله
نحن عندنا الثلاثاء القادم في
نعم.
مجلس
نعم
في السيرة النبوية
نعم
للإمام ابن سيد الناس
إن شاء الله.
بعد
مجلس
العشاء.
واحد؟
مجلس
مجلس واحد إن شاء الله. حاضر
نراكم
حاضر
إن
يا
شاء
شيخ.
الله.
جزاك الله خير.
السلام عليكم.
السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله يبارك فيك. That was Sheikh Muhammad Nasr al-Ajami, who's a famous muhaqqiq, and he was just telling me they have a sitting of where he's going to read a book and give you the isnad for it coming up next Tuesday, inshallah. While we're waiting on Muawiyah, inshallah, we'll walk around and see what's in this bookstore here on the corner. Dar al-Ma'rifah. Maybe nothing. Is what I was saying. A lot of times you see all those colors and paperbacks, and you can kind of tell what's good and what's not good from the beginning, inshallah. السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيف حالك أخي؟
شلونكم؟ طيبين إن شاء الله.
الحمد لله جزاك الله خير.
شلونكم طيبين؟
تذكره؟
معاوية شلونك؟
لا تذكره من مركز
الحلقة؟
الحلقة.
أبدا؟
نعم.
تذكرني؟
ولا أخذ خذ رقمي إن شاء الله تعالى. ما شاء الله الكفر الجميل. الحمد لله.
ما ذكرتني؟ لا في الحلقة
في مشهد عثمان
سعيد كنت تسمع لي سورة مريم آخر مرة. والله ما تذكر أبد. كيف المعهد الديني؟ الحمد لله سهلات ها؟
هو كان في المعهد والآن في الجامعة، فالعلاقة معه يكون زين لك إن شاء الله تعالى.
قدم المدينة إن شاء الله ها؟
نعم إن شاء الله. هو يسجل الآن. نمور ويسجل لايف لليوتيوب مباشر كي الناس يرون ماذا موجود. 5-0-3-1-1-3-1-4
أبو معاوية.
أبو معاوية. واتصل بيني إن شاء الله. إن شاء الله. الله يبارك فيك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. ودز لي الواتساب إن شاء الله. يكون أفضل لا ينقطع التسجيل إن شاء الله. شكرا جزيلا. السلام ورحمة الله. ما شاء الله. See, something like this I would probably just skip, right? But then they have a few books here that you want to pay attention to, like this Qisas al-Quran, Ahsan al-Qasas. These books that might be good for a beginner, you know, easy, or كيف أفعل هذا? Let me see how can I get back to my chat? I'd lost it somehow. الأخ الإندونيسي لكن لا يتكلم اللغة الإندونيسية ما شاء الله. Let me find سير أعلام النبلاء إن شاء الله for you. Let me see. إن شاء الله دقيقة. نعم.
Do you know where the Saudi is?
It's probably in Hall 7.
Hall 7?
Probably in Hall 7 back
That
there.
will be Dar es Salaam then?
Dar es Salaam لا أدري, but like the Awqaf and stuff is probably in Hall 7, like after the children's thing. السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيف حالك أخي؟ الله يبارك فيك. الحمد لله. شكرا جزيلا. سيارة أعلام النبلاء موجود؟ ما في ها؟ إن شاء الله. Not here عبد الرحيم. شنو؟ Yeah, I will look إن شاء الله. I'll ask him. No. Nope. See here? All these are Jadid. All these here are new publishings. These are the ones who publish Sheikh Muhammad Nasr al-Ajami's books normally. ثبت الشيخ موجود؟
ثبت الشيخ؟
نعم موجود في طريق. أنا شفت الصورة.
لا نفذها. إن شاء الله في الطريق.
إن شاء الله الله يبارك فيك. نعم جزاك الله خير.
Other microphone here.
ليش؟ Inshallah, Muawiyah will catch up with us. We got a long trip. Let's walk. I'm monitoring the chat, Mo. Let me see. Assalam. Well, I'm here. I know you have a daughter, but I don't remember the name. Assalam alaikum. كيف حالك؟ الله يبارك فيك. الحمد لله كل شيء تمام. الله يبارك فيك. جزاك الله خير. So here we are. A lot of times these people who write novels and poetry and non-Islamic poetry, they'll have book signings in these type of booths here, as you can kind of see in the middle, where they have all the traffic. Allah Musta'an, that's usually where the non-Islamic secular stuff is. You can see they have a TV crew right now recording something. Maybe it's a book signing or an interview with an author, something like that. You can find anything you want here pretty much. The Talib al-Ilm in Arabic, in English, but seeking knowledge isn't in English. But so I guess you can find anything you want, from beginner stuff, from children's books. Children's books really assist you. Don't think you're dumb because you're reading a children's book. Rather, you're reading a children's book and you're developing your Arabic language the way that you developed your English or whatever language that you learned naturally by just picking up stuff. So inshallah, assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh. كيف حالكم؟ الحمد لله.
تذكر الضربة؟ تذكر الضربة؟ ها؟
لا.
تذكر يوم ضربك الوالد؟
ها.
ما تذكر ها؟
ضربته كثيرا لا يعرف أي ضربة.
تذكر يوم جينا مكتب؟ ما تذكر؟
لا. الحمد لله. الحمد لله.
شلونك يا شيخ؟
الحمد لله. كيف
حالك؟
الحمد لله. مطبوعتكم ها؟
كل اللغات عندنا إلا الإنجليزية، وأي تأخير تراهي في رقبتك أنت يوم القيامة.
إن شاء الله. شنو؟ ما شاء الله. Muawiyah. These are books that we translated and they printed for us. كيف حالكم؟ الله يبارك فيك. ما شاء الله.
كيف حالك؟
عند زوجتي كتابين. عند زوجتي كتابين.
إيه.
ترجمناه ونريد أن نوزعها مجانا بين الناس. لكن هي تتكلم على عنها. إنما تأتي إن شاء الله أوتيكم إن شاء الله. لكن مجانا. هذا شرط ها؟
إن شاء الله.
هذا شرط ها؟
بيسوق لقاء مع تلفزيون الكويتي.
شنو؟ الله يبارك فيك.
لقاء.
شنو؟ آسف. بسم الله.
اجلس جنب والدك.
ها؟
لقاء مع لقاء. لقاء مع لقاء.
هو يسجل اللقاء كذلك. لكن هذا بث مباشر.
الحين اسوي له انا اعطيه لقاء يعني ولا هو
سوي معنا لقاء وبيصور.
بيصور
لقاء.
The brother sat me down. He wants to do me a interview with me إن شاء الله.
بالعرض بس طق فيديو خلاص على طول.
العرض.
اي احسن عشان تجيبها من هناك. روح ايوه واضحين اثنين مني كذي. احسن. اي شكرا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نتعرف عليك شيخنا الاسم ومن اي بلد؟
اسمي مصطفى أبو معاوية من أمريكا، لكن مقيم في الكويت منذ 12 سنة.
نعم. هل هذه الزيارة الأولى لك في أرض المعارض؟
لا، آتي لكل معرض.
نعم.
كل معرض آتي وأشتري، لكن اليوم أنظر فقط.
نعم. ما هي الكتب اللي تعجبك أو تخليك في شغف عليها؟
أكيد كتب دينية.
نعم.
والآن أنا أبحث عن سيارة أعلام النبلاء للذهبي.
نعم.
لأحد الإخوة. والآن أمور لا أدري، إني مكتبة كبيرة فدائما أشتري كتب، لكن سأنظر إيش جديد وإيش مو موجود في مكتبات هنا وأشتري إن شاء الله تعالى.
زين، أنت كأحد المسلمين من الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية شلون تقيم أرض المعارض وخاصة في معرض الكتاب السنوي؟
مرة ثانية ما سمعت.
تقييمك لمعرض الكتاب.
نعم، والله ممتاز جدا. هذا بهذا السبب أنا أصور المقطع اليوم أمور لقاعة خامسة وسادسة وسابعة وهكذا، ثم غدا أأتي للقاعة الخامسة وأقف عند كل مكان إن شاء الله تعالى، ثم يوم التالي السادس. والله نحب هذا، فلا ما عندنا هذا، كان عندنا منذ زمان، لكن الحين لا نستطيع أن نشتري كتب، وأيضا الشحن غالي الحين.
نعم.
فوالله أنا أنصح الناس أن يأتون من بعيد ويشترون. الله يبارك فيك. الله يبارك فيك. جزاك الله خير شيخنا. الحمد لله. الله يحفظك.
شكرا.
جزاك الله خير. الله يبارك فيك.
سمعتك.
نعم. شكرا. Let's go find Muawiyah.
Address the person. He said hot girls here.
Don't worry about that. If we can kick him out, we'll kick him out, inshallah. سأنظر.
أعطنا موعد على الكتاب شيخ.
أعطني النسخة بالعربية.
عندي تقول عندي.
PDF موجود، لكن هذا أفضل. كيف أنظر للشاشة هكذا، فهمتني؟ الكتاب موجود مفتوح أمامي وأترجم.
بعطيك وورد؟
موجود وورد عندي.
عندك وورد ها؟
نعم.
وورد.
كم؟ شوف. قبل الشهر.
طيب
قبل الشهر
شهر كويس
صار قبل الشهر ممكن بعد اسبوعين لكن قبل الشهر
ان شاء الله.
الله يبارك فيك
حبيبي
وان
جيب اذا عندك نسخ مجاني نعم جيبها
شاء الله انا سابحث عن زوجتي واعطيها
ان شاء الله.
Omar Mitchell says Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. سليمان سلم على معاوية وعليكم وعليه السلام ثم جهاز عجيب نعم. Now we're looking for Muawiyah. We're no longer looking at books right now. We're looking for Muawiyah because we left her. But inshallah, she's still in the same place. And she isn't. Allah musta'an. I have her phone monitoring the chat, so I can't call her. Like I said, a lot of these middle booths here, I would just almost skip going around them just because of not having anything. But then you have here Maktaba Imam al-Zahabi in the middle of them all. You gotta visit, inshallah. السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيف حالك أخي؟
الحمد لله.
الله يبارك فيكم.
فيك الله كيف
الحمد لله.
الحال؟
في سيارة الآن من ولا؟ كيف حالكم؟ بكم؟ سيارة الآن من ولا؟ بكم؟ 75. هذا رسالة ها؟ 75 عبد الرحيم. 75. 75. Not bad. 30 volumes for 250 bucks. Less than $10 per volume. Why? لماذا? I don't know why we're entering this chaos here. There's one thing that a lot of us make a mistake coming to the Muslim world for the first time, especially if you're moving there, that we expect to see the Sahaba, people walking around in izars and ridas and imamas, and women are brushing. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيف حالكم؟ نحمد الله. الحمد لله. كيف حالكم؟ بخير؟
التقيت بكم قديما عند الشيخ عبد الله آدم.
نعم.
كيف حالكم؟
نحمد الله. كيف حالكم؟
السلام عليكم.
كنا مع الشيخ الجمعة الماضية.
يا
لا نعم.
كيف هو الآن؟
الحمد لله طيب الحمد لله.
جميعا.
جزاك الله خير. الله يبارك فيك. جزاك الله خير. Brother was just asking about Sheikh Abdullah Adam al-Albani. How is he? How's his health? And so here you have Maktabat al-Fanar al-Islamiyya. Have some good books. And you go down, nothing there on the right. Tahdhib al-Kamal. Tahdhib al-Kamal. Give me a minute. Let me see. Just ask him. السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيف حالك أخي؟ تهذيب الكمال عندك؟ المزي ما في؟ شكرا. تهذيب الكمال, and it depends on what version you get as well. Let's go through here. Maybe we'll see Mina. Depends on what version you get. See, like here, you might be able to pick up something free. But anyway, Assalamu alaikum. Tahdhib al-Kamal has a number of different prints. Some of them good and some of them not so good. You might be able to pick it up for as low as, $200. But if you get a good one, it could be 500. السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيف حالكم؟
يلا حيا يلا حيا
الله يحييكم.
يا هلا بالحبيب.
الله يبارك فيك.
شلونك؟
الحمد لله.
طيب معاوية كيف الحال؟
الحمد لله.
يلا حيا ما شاء الله. أصبح معاوية مثل أبيه.
نعم أكبر مني الحين. So, I mean, you could spend which bookstore was it? ذهبي. Hall 6 is who had it. So شركة دار الخزانة. This is from inside Kuwait. They have good books, mashallah. So they print their own as well as carry others. Try to see if we see Muawiyah. Don't see her. Inshallah, we'll walk through a couple more aisles and see if we see her. If not, we'll double back to try to catch her. Dar Sumai'i. These people have a lot of wonderful books. And inshallah ta'ala, we'll come back here and review some of them, especially their newer publications. Dar Sumai'i, Maktabat al-Rushd. They have a lot of good books. Sometimes they're expensive though, but they are here. Yes, al-Dhahabi. I said Maktabat al-Imam al-Dhahabi, Abu Yusuf. In the meantime, while we're walking through, looking for Muawiyah, who we lost. It's our fault. We walked away. We should have stayed nearby. However, we got impatient. This book has been translated into a number of languages, which is Aqidati wa Ibadati wa Akhlaqi. And it was asked by some of our brothers to translate it a number of times into English, but they have not done so. So the publisher just told me that either I get it done soon or he's going to beat me. So, inshallah. You want to walk down looking for it one more time, or you want to walk through here and then come back? Walk here first? Huh? Where we left her is back there, though. Inshallah, in here we have some good bookstores. Dar al-Alami al-Kitab al-Islami. See here, this is Muawiyah. This is IIPH, as we said for the first time. كم بالتفسير السعدي شيخ؟ كيف حالكم؟ نحمد الله إليكم. الله يحفظك. تسعة وأربعون 41 إن شاء الله. نعم. Right now, this is show them Tafsir Sa'di mo. Now, this right now is on sale for $130, whereas if you get it at Dar es Salaam and places like that in America, it's $270, $230, you know, $300, and now it is $200, or it's $130. So this is the second time that they've contributed to. ها؟
ضد السلام IIPH.
لا أنا ما أعرف لكن تجد هذا الكتاب في مكتبة دار السلام في أمريكا،
اي نعم.
لكن السعر غالية جدا، فهمتني؟
يمكن $25.
250 70 أو أكثر أحيانا. نعم. إيش هذا؟ وكل موجود عندكم. The good thing for you, Abu Yusuf, is they got Indonesian and stuff here. Show them the Indonesian shelf. That's for Abu Yusuf. Most of their books here are English, but they have French, Spanish, German, Turkish, Russian, Dutch, Amharic, Tagalog, Indonesian, Urdu. So there is some stuff for foreigners, but not a lot. نأتي في يوم التالي إن شاء الله الجمعة والسبت إن شاء الله ونصور ونتكلم عن كتب أخرى إن شاء الله أكثر إن شاء الله.
لو أردتم رقمنا 90 رقم.
نعم إن شاء الله سنأتي إن شاء الله وآتي ونصور أكثر إن شاء الله. الله يبارك فيكم.
اسمك كريم؟
مصطفى. نعم.
أحمد أبو الذهب.
الله يبارك فيكم. نعم جزاك الله خير. شكرا جزيلا. نعم. The book by Mizzi is تهذيب الكمال, which في أسماء الرجال from the Kutub al-Sittah. So what do they have in there? They have the biographies, a short biography of every narrator in the Kutub al-Sittah. Bukhari, Muslim, Abu Dawud, Tirmidhi, and Nasai, and Ibn Majah. And they talk about who the narrators took from and who took from them, what year they died, what the scholars said about them being thiqah, and so on. Like I said, you can get a cheap print. You could probably get it in 10 volumes, and you can get it up to 30 volumes, 35 volumes maybe, depending on the print you have. Abu Yusuf, then the books that you got from the Dora the other day, we'll circle around inshallah. The books that we got from the Dora the other day, from Muhammad Shab'an, they contain Al-Kamal of Al-Maqdisi, 10 volumes. Al-Kamal is the foundation or the asl of Tahdhib al-Kamal, and you got that for free. So thank Allah Azza wa Jal. Here we have a booth based on calligraphy. You can buy calligraphy pens and paper, special inks and so on. Here again, children's books. Well, Muawiyah walks off on me. I apologize. You gotta stay close, they say, otherwise the voice breaks. Inshallah. We're gonna make a walk down through what we've kind of been through already to try and find Muawiyah. And then we'll come back to Hall 7 and 8, which is for the children and stuff. As we said, you can find school books, you know, that would help your child in school if they're studying in a school, whether it be an English school or an Arabic school. There are books which will, you know, be books to help in tutoring and so on and so on. Can you hear me now, Ibrahim? Okay. He says sometimes it's maybe the internet connection, which is a good possibility. We're talking about 2, 3 football fields worth of bookstores, and we're looking for a woman dressed in all black amongst thousands of women dressed in all black. uh, the majority of books here are in Arabic. There are IIPH, the International Islamic Publishing House, has a booth here, and you will find some of our publications in Lata'if that we showed a little earlier, and there are some other English places here and there. There's a whole section where countries like the Awqaf or the heritage is placed from countries, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, where they bring their books, and they bring books about their heritage and from there, and you can get stuff for free, like Saudi Awqaf, Qatar Awqaf. Some of them might be heritage books, history about them and their countries, and some of them will be Islamic books. Mushaf, you need a free Mushaf, they got them usually. Now here we left on Muawiyah, and she's no longer here. So let's go to where the bathrooms are, the musalla is, and there's a little restaurant. Maybe she'll be nearby. And then we'll go over, inshallah. 1 second. نعم. معاوية. عارف. معاوية. هاتفها هنا في يدي. الله المستعان. آمين. هذا موضوع تفسير المأثور for Abu Yusuf. Let's find out how much it is. شيخ السلام عليكم. موضوع التفسير بالمأثور 100. طيب شكرا. Abdurrahim, the tafsir you want is 100. It's 100, so that's $70 less, 20 KD less than in the Mektaba. And it's got the so ما اسمك؟ نواف. أنت من خراسان؟
ايوه
ماذا
من
الله
الكويت.
يبارك فيك. نعم
من اين؟
من أمريكا،
ايوه من
لكن مقيم هنا.
لا
أنا مقيم هنا منذ 12 سنة.
ما يحتاج.
الله يبارك فيك.
الله يجزاك
نعم
خير.
الله يبارك فيك.
هذا تامر نامر.
شكرا جزيلا. الله يبارك فيك.
حياك.
شيخ نواف. he wanted a picture taken of him, so what do? Over here is the men's prayer area in between hall 5 and 6. The women's prayer area is there as well. SubhanAllah. I really don't know where to go. Let's see, Abdurrahim al-Dhahabi, Saudi Awqaf, Qatari Awqaf. Abdurrahim just looking for free books, mashallah. Hall 5 is much cooler with a lot less people. You want to go outside, see if we can see her? Meaning a hall outside. Because she's not here. That place you're looking for is between hall 5 and 6 that has the Tafsir bil Ma'thur, Abdurrahim. I didn't get the name of it. If we go back by, I'll get it, inshallah. But it's on the corner between hall 5 and 6. Now I'm going to go outside in one of the hallways. Turn the camera away. So hopefully I can find Muawiyah. And you can see other stuff available here, inshallah. So will Muawiyah. Here you got a place where they'll do news interviews, some coffee places, bukhor places, kids places. Inshallah, maybe she went to Hall 7 or something with her friend, huh? Alhamdulillah, we're not planning on buying anything because I don't know where to find my family. Jazakallah khair, Mustafa, I have to go. No problem. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This one, about half of one of these halls, but there's benefit. Alhamdulillah. There's benefit. Get to meet. Sometimes you get to meet the authors, the publishers. I can't remember the sheikh's name who passed away a few years ago. Rahimahullah. He used to print all of Sheikh Al-Albani's books, and he would be sitting in here and just he used to get on me all the time about why am I wearing a red shamag when white is better. Alhamdulillah. Inshallah, we're going to enter into here, the next little hall where it has thaqafa, heritage and stuff, where you might find some free stuff, and hopefully we find Muawiyah. That's better, inshallah. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is going to be free now. A lot of these magazines and books. This is Philistine. Some of the stuff will be university. This is for autism in Kuwait. This is Wizarat al-Awqaf. كتاب الضياء. جاهز الكتاب، ما نحن بكل شايلين الورق وعاملينها نحن اللي مأخذين. هلا شحن اذا طلبتوه انت، طب انا ما عندي حاويه. شو هذا؟ قطر؟ ما انا حاويتي وين هذا؟ عمان. ما شاء الله. This is Oman. I'm sure some of those books are free, if not all of them. We'll come back. They were busy talking. Don't know what this little robot is. Different maps, if you want maps of the Muslim world. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Muhammad Siddiq Abdurrahman. So here's Kuwait dealing with salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And here's Zarat al-Dawli Shu'un Majlis al-Ummah. All these are different things. Some of them are just political. May not have a lot of benefit for you as an individual foreigner. But here's about studying in the Middle East and in Kuwait in particular. Here's Saudi Vision 2030, mashallah. Where? MashaAllah. Assalamu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. كيف حالك شيخ؟ As you can see, here's a heritage place for sure. This is all about Kuwait history, magazines. Who knows what they're engraving. There's calligraphy over there. Passports, what passports look like back in the days. Here you can buy little trinkets and souvenirs, I guess. كيف حالك شكرا الله يبارك فيك نحمد الله الحمد لله شوف اللحم الخروف كامل ها ما شاء الله ما شاء الله تكتب الأسماء
اكتبوا الاسم.
نعم للناس
هو الاسم
إذا واحد يطلب
الاسم الدينار.
باسم دينار طيب إن شاء الله ما في مشكلة نعود إن شاء الله نصور الحين ونعود إن شاء الله. There's a guy who will write your name in calligraphy for 1 KD. That's outside. What is this? Oh, this is Kuwait Awqaf. You can come here and see what you can get for free. You gonna sign a visitor's book? الله يبارك فيك. They give you these books free, them bags free if you want. Legal advice. Inshallah. So this hall 7 is mostly government political stuff, but there are religious things inside of it. You can get free magazines, free books. How are statues? What is the question? How are statues? I don't understand the question. How are statues there? Allah Mustaan. Allah Mustaan. Oh, you asked how are statues, mashallah. How could I say mashallah about the statue? I was really just saying mashallah how when they prepare a dish, they put the whole kharoof, the whole lamb on top of it. Not so much referring to the statue, but your point is understood. Definitely more so referring to the hospitality. So inshallah, we'll go outside, I think. Walk through the booths outside. And then we'll wrap it up. We've been on here a long time. No. Well, inshallah ta'ala, we'll walk through these booths outside, and we'll hang up, and we'll visit again in more detail in the different shops, inshallah ta'ala. Like you said, we'll try to conquer Hall 5 in a day, then conquer Hall 6 in a day. بإذن الله. صور المكاتب لا تصورني. Mostly children stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, I still buy a children's book from time to time, as we might have a good topic, as well as, you know, we always encourage people to, you know, I want to be a teacher of the Arabic language one day, so maybe I learned something from that book. Because I wasn't, you know, I didn't grow up reading Arabic. I don't have that natural thaqafa, that natural culture. So to develop it a little bit by reading different books and see how it is nice. As well as we always recommend, people should have 3 different levels in their reading. A level which is theirs, which they're learning at a normal pace. They don't know everything, but they're learning and they can read and understand. A level which is below theirs, you know, like maybe a simple children's book. And in this way, you can feel like you've accomplished something and not get bogged down and bored and feel defeated by not understanding everything. Something you can read and be like, man, I read that whole book. I remember when I first read that book, it took me a month. Now I read it in 30 minutes. And a level which is higher than your level, to kind of force you to learn and also know what to look for in the future, and just something to strive towards. So you can see all these little things out here, mostly for children. Mostly for children. Some people are still setting up. Here's another map of the 5th hall. And for example, here in this number 14 in the hallway, this is kid stuff, but it's educational kid stuff. So you can use it for yourself and for your children in teaching them Arabic. So there's plenty of stuff for the kids. If we get a chance and I find Muawiyah, maybe we'll walk through hall number 4, which is where the dresses and spices and stuff are, so that you guys can see where you can drop your wife off or take them over there and make them happy that you went and spent a bunch of money on books. We're gonna go outside, see if we see Muawiyah. In the meantime, we'll conclude for now, and maybe we'll go live if we go to the other hall, and we'll do this again in the future, inshallah, for more specific bookstores and books, bi'idhnillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.